SkyTeam is an airline alliance with its centralized management team, SkyTeam Central, based at the World Trade Center Schiphol Airport on the grounds of Amsterdam Airport Schiphol in Haarlemmermeer, Netherlands. SkyTeam was founded in 2000 by Aeroméxico, Air France, Delta Airlines, and Korean Air. SkyTeam was the last of the three major airline alliances to be formed, the first two being Star Alliance and Oneworld. However, in terms of the number of passengers and the number of members, SkyTeam has grown and is now the second largest alliance in the world, second only to Star Alliance and ahead of Oneworld. As of March 2014, SkyTeam consists of 20 carriers from 5 continents, and operates with the slogan "Caring More About You." It also operates a cargo alliance named SkyTeam Cargo, which partners 10 carriers all of them SkyTeam members following the entrance of China Airlines Cargo in October 2012, 2012-10. In 2004, the alliance had its biggest expansion when Continental Airlines, KLM, and Northwest Airlines simultaneously joined as full members. In 2010, the alliance celebrated its 10th anniversary with the introduction of a special livery, the joining or upgrading status of 4 airlines, followed by the announcements of Aerolíneas Argentinas, China Airlines, and Garuda Indonesia to become full members. In January 2011, 2011-01, the alliance announced the incorporation of both Saudi Arabian Airlines and Middle East Airlines during 2012. These events effectively took place in May and June 2012, 2012-06, respectively, whereas Aerolíneas Argentinas and Xiamen Airlines memberships were activated in August and November the same year, respectively. Garuda Indonesia entered the alliance in March 2014, 2014-03. As of March 2014, SkyTeam flies to more than 1,000 destinations in 178 countries, and operates some 15,700 daily flights with a combined fleet of over 4,400 aircraft, including associate carriers. The alliance and its members have a total workforce of 459,781. Furthermore, it has 564 lounges worldwide to serve 588 million annual passengers. Membership history, formations and early years. On June 22, 2000, representatives of Aeroméxico, Air France, Delta Airlines, and Korean Air held a meeting in New York to announce the founding of a third airline alliance. These became the 4 founding carriers of SkyTeam. Upon its formation, SkyTeam would offer its customers a total of 6,402 daily flights to 451 destinations in 98 countries. In September 2000, 2000-09, the alliance established a cargo alliance, SkyTeam Cargo. The group's inaugural members were Aeroméxico, Air France Cargo, Delta Air Logistics, and Korean Air Cargo. The following month, the newly established airline alliance announced its intentions to incorporate CSA Airlines as the 5th member in April the following year. The alliance saw the joining of CSA Airlines on March 25, 2001. Alitalia entered SkyTeam on July 27 the same year, with its membership scheduled to become effective on November 1 that year. On September 30, 2001, the alliance received KLM's application for membership, following the airline's plans to create a leading airline group with Air France. In 2003, Delta's subsidiary, Delta Express, was replaced by Song. That same year, SkyTeam also launched an improved website focused on providing passengers with more information, increased interactivity, and other resources. Biggest expansion: on May 24, 2004, Aeroflot, the flag carrier and principal airline of Russia, signed a memorandum of understanding with SkyTeam as it intended to become a full member. The event took place in Kremlin following the airline's application earlier in the year for membership. SkyTeam expressed that Aeroflot has not met the consortium's standards, but that the airline's large hub networks made it ideal for the alliance, and made up for its deficiencies. On August 28, China Southern Airlines, the largest carrier in the People's Republic of China, signed a preliminary agreement in Guangzhou in its bid to become a full member. In the presence of a number of Chinese and airline officials, Yan Ziqing, the chairman of China Southern Airlines, said, "This agreement signing event is an important step forward into the future for China Southern Airlines to adapt itself to the need of further reforms and opening to the international community, as it will strengthen the airline's international cooperation and global competitiveness." On September 13, Continental Airlines, KLM, and Northwest Airlines joined the alliance. Their simultaneous entry was the largest expansion event in airline alliance history. As a result of the three new members, SkyTeam surpassed Oneworld to become the second-largest airline alliance, serving more than 341 million customers with 14,320 daily flights to 658 destinations in 130 countries. 2005 Euro 2006, even though member CSA Czech Airlines pledged to help Malacopyright v Hungarian Airlines become an associate member of the alliance, Malacopyright v Hungarian Airlines opted to join the Oneworld Airline Alliance, signing a Memorandum of Understanding late in May. A few days later, SkyTeam announced 4 new associate members due to join by 2006, each one being sponsored by an existing member: Madrid-based Air Europa, Panama-based Copa Airlines, Kenya Airways, and Romania's TAROM. Every associate adopted a frequent flyer program of a full member. Copa Airlines already used Continental's One Pass. Kenya Airways and Air Europa used Air France-KLM's Flying Blue. Following a 23-month joining process since May 2004, 2004-05, Aeroflot joined on April 14, 2006. It was the first Russian airline to be associated with any airline alliance. Aeroflot has increased its operational standards, passing International Air Transport Association's operational safety audit. Delta's subsidiary Song continued to operate as Delta Airlines. In June, it was announced that Portugalia would become the alliance's next associate member candidate. However, in November, rival airline and Star Alliance member TAP Portugal purchased 99.81% of the airline, bringing a sudden end to its candidacy. 2007 expansion. On September 4, 2007, Air Europa, Copa Airlines, and Kenya Airways became members of SkyTeam's associate program, which was launched to serve airlines in strategic regions which intended to become affiliated with the alliance. China Southern Airlines joined SkyTeam on November 15 to become the 11th full member and the first carrier from mainland China to join the alliance. Aeroméxico's sister company Aerolitoral became Aeroméxico Connect, 2008 Euro 2009, departure of airlines and new initiatives. In June 2008 2008-06, following an agreement between Continental Airlines and United Airlines, the first of these carriers and Copa Airlines announced their intentions to move to the Star Alliance after Continental's final flight with SkyTeam on October 24, 2009. That day, as announced, Continental Airlines and Copa Airlines simultaneously left SkyTeam. Continental Airlines joined Star Alliance 3 days later. At the time, it was rumored that the switch was Continental Airlines' initial move in a United Continental merger. In April 2009, 2009-04, the alliance signed a preliminary agreement with Vietnam Airlines for the airline to become a full member in 2010. Also in 2009, Alitalia Linee Italiane relaunched operations as the new Alitalia, and the alliance announced initiatives towards a centralised management based in Amsterdam. The consortium also named a new managing director, Marie-Joseph Malacopyright, outlined a timeline for the opening of its co-located facilities at London Heathrow Airport, and unveiled a new special livery. 10th anniversary. To start off 2010, Northwest Airlines and Delta Airlines' operating certificates were officially combined on January 1, while on March 9, China Southern Airlines announced its plans to join SkyTeam Cargo. With membership expected to be granted in November the same year, the airline was to be the first Chinese carrier to join a global air cargo alliance. On April 16, China Eastern Airlines announced its intention to join SkyTeam, with the official joining ceremony initially expected to occur by mid-2011. The announcement came shortly after the airline's merger with Shanghai Airlines, a member of SkyTeam's rival, Star Alliance. On June 10, Vietnam Airlines became a full member following a joining ceremony held in Hanoi. The airline became the first SkyTeam carrier from Southeast Asia, where Star Alliance has a strong presence through Singapore Airlines and Thai Airways International. With an extra 20 unique destinations added to SkyTeam's route map, Vietnam Airlines helped to strengthen the alliance's foothold in the region. On June 22, the CEOs and chairmen of the 13-member airlines gathered in New York to celebrate the alliance's 10th anniversary. During its first decade of operation, the world's second-largest airline alliance more than tripled its membership, doubled its flights, and nearly doubled its destinations. On the same day, SkyTeam announced that it had renewed its membership program, thereby upgrading Air Europa, Kenya Airways, and TAROM statuses from associate to full members. During the ceremony, the board outlined its plans to recruit members from Latin America, South America, and India. 3 days later, TAROM officially became the 13th SkyTeam member. As a part of the celebration, SkyTeam offered reductions of round-the-world fares and other promotions. Following the 10th anniversary, SkyTeam intended to enhance customers' travel experience and deepen cooperation among its members to supplement the expansion into regions that are yet to have SkyTeam members. During the year, Delta Airlines offered $1.02 billion to Japan Airlines after the Asian airline filed for bankruptcy due to $26 billion debt, at the same time lobbying Oneworld's largest member in Asia to switch to SkyTeam. Delta, along with American Airlines, wanted Japan Airlines to be in their respective alliances to benefit from the US-Japan Open Skies Agreement. Eventually, Japan Airlines opted to remain at Oneworld, citing that the transfer to SkyTeam would confuse its passengers, and may not gain antitrust immunity from US regulators. SkyTeam received its second application for full membership within a 5-month time span. China Airlines, Taiwan's flag carrier and largest airline, announced in mid-September that it had formally started the joining process. Upon joining, the airline's route network supplemented those of China Southern Airlines and China Eastern Airlines, allowing cooperation among the three airlines, as well as strengthening SkyTeam's presence not only in both the People's Republic of China and Taiwan, but throughout the Asia-Pacific region. The following month, Aerolíneas Argentinas signed an agreement to officially start the process of becoming the first South American SkyTeam member. The airline was set to join in 2012. On November 1, Shanghai Airlines exited from Star Alliance to join SkyTeam in the future under its parent company, future SkyTeam member China Eastern Airlines. This bolstered SkyTeam's presence in the People's Republic of China and surrounding areas, making the SkyTeam the #1 alliance in the region. Garuda Indonesia formally started its joining process on November 23, and was scheduled to be integrated by 2012. Upon joining, the airline will become the second Southeast Asian airline to join SkyTeam, therefore challenging Star Alliance's dominance in the region through Thai Airways International and Singapore Airlines. 2011 Euro onwards, major expansion. On January 10, 2011, SkyTeam announced that Saudi Arabian Airlines signed an agreement to join the alliance in 2012. On January 19 the same year, SkyTeam announced that Middle East Airlines will also join the alliance, signing the agreement on February 28. Member airlines Delta and Air France-KLM appointed Goldman Sachs in late February 2011 2011-02, to advise them on a potential bid for Sir Richard Branson's 51% stake in Virgin Atlantic, which could lead to the airline joining SkyTeam and would sharply increase the alliance's footprint in London. Rivals Star Alliance and Etihad Airlines are also investigating competing options with regard to Virgin Atlantic. China Eastern Airlines joined the alliance on June 21, 2011, along with its subsidiary, Shanghai Airlines, to become the overall 14th member. Later in 2011, on September 28, China Airlines joined the alliance. In November the same year, Xiamen Airlines committed to be incorporated as a full member by the end of 2012, with their entry supported by China Southern Airlines. On May 29, 2012, Saudi Arabian Airlines became both the first carrier in joining the alliance in 2012 and the first one based in the Middle East, which brought the total members to 16. The same day of its incorporation, Saudi Arabian Airlines announced its renaming to Saudia. Middle East Airlines became the 17th member of the alliance a month later, following its incorporation on June 28, 2012. On August 29, 2012, Aerolíneas Argentinas became the first South American and the second Latin American airline in joining the alliance, bringing the number of members to 18. Following its incorporation on November 21, 2012, Xiamen Airlines became the fourth member in mainland China, with the overall number of members in the alliance rising to 19. In late June 2013, 2013-06, the Russian newspaper Kommersant published an article that mentions that Aeroflot was considering leaving the alliance over disagreements with Delta on the pricing on some routes to North America. The report also mentioned that the Russian carrier was considering joining Star Alliance. In order to assess the benefits of the SkyTeam membership, a study was carried out in July. Following it, the Aeroflot board reaffirmed its position within the alliance in September 2013, 2013-09. Garuda Indonesia became the 20th member of the alliance on March 5, 2014. Initially expected to gain SkyTeam membership in 2012, Garuda's joining process took 40 months to be completed. Member airlines, full members and their member and non-member affiliates. Former members and member affiliates, former member airlines, former affiliate members, former associate members. Possible future members, SkyTeam Cargo. SkyTeam Cargo is a cargo division of SkyTeam. As of June 2013, the Cargo Alliance was formed by 11 members from the Passenger Alliance, Aeroflot Cargo, Aroma Copyright Ziggo Cargo, Air France Cargo, Alitalia Cargo, China Airlines Cargo, China Cargo Airlines, China Southern Cargo, Czech Airlines Cargo, Delta Cargo, KLM Cargo and Korean Air Cargo. Aerolíneas Argentinas Cargo, the cargo division of Aerolíneas Argentinas, joined the alliance in November 2013, 2013-11. Benefits and services, SkyTeam hubs, co-locations, premium status. SkyTeam has two premium levels, Euro Elite and Elite Plus, Euro based on a customer's tier status in a member carrier's frequent flyer program. Each of the member and associate airlines recognizes the elite statuses, with a few exceptions. The statuses have no specific requirements of their own. Membership is based solely on the frequent flyer programs of individual member airlines. SkyTeam Elite. SkyTeam Elite status is awarded to customers who have reached the premium level of a member carrier's frequent flyer program. Benefits of SkyTeam Elite membership: priority reservations, wait listing, priority airport standby, priority boarding, priority check-in, preferred seating. SkyTeam Elite Plus. SkyTeam Elite Plus status is awarded to customers who have reached the higher premium level of a member carrier's frequent flyer program. Benefits of SkyTeam Elite Plus membership: priority reservations, wait listing, priority airport standby, priority boarding, priority airport check-in, preferred seating, priority baggage handling, additional checked luggage allowance, airport lounge access, guaranteed reservations on sold-out flights, express airport security, qualifying tiers by airline. SkyTeam Special Livery. SkyTeam launched in 2009 a special livery celebrating its 10th anniversary, with Delta Airlines being the first airline to paint one of its aircraft with these colors. The livery consisted of an all-metallic silver fuselage and a dark blue empennage with SkyTeam's logo on it. On the fuselage, however, the Alliance emblem is painted on both sides. As of March 2014, the SkyTeam livery is worn by 52 aircraft. See also, Oneworld, Star Alliance, Notes. References. External links, official SkyTeam website, SkyTeam Cargo.